Good morning, traders. It's Trader Rob. Today is Friday, January 9th. Super busy morning here already. We pretty much had three signals hit already for TP1 and TP2. So taking a look at the NQ, we had a signal at the 25,820, which I left you guys with yesterday, that took out TP1 and TP2. We had another signal here that I took with our signal members. That nice entry here, TP1, TP2. So I can get rid of this guy. Actually, let me just chart this up here. All right, I can get rid of this. Get rid of that. And then this one was 8:30 candle. So definitely was not in that trade. Let's get rid of this, clean that up. ES signal hit as well. Again, this was on the news candle though at 7:30. Knocked right into our entry. Pretty much in the same candle. Took TP1 and TP2. So get rid of that. And then finally in gold. Entry. Zero drawdown. TP1, TP2. Good for 59 ticks. And then some. So get rid of this guy. Okay. And then in gold, I'm looking at a setup here at the 4474.3 as entry 1, possible entry 2 at 4471.1. This would be a scenario where you definitely would want to use a confirmation candle or a footprint confirmation, targeting the 4476.5 and the 79.4 with a stop at the 4463.3. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Again, a pretty busy morning. All right, so we'll keep that one up. Let's go back into the NQ. Let's see what the NQ's doing. I can get rid of this guy as well. Nicely done. And I think we can get rid of, I think I already got rid of the ES. We did. Okay, good. All right, now there is a pocket here on the ES that I will be taking a look at. Not super thrilled about the timing on this one, but we'll see. Only concern here is pretty similar scenario. We've got a level right here at the 69.88. We do have a level right here at the 69.83.50. So could get a bounce right there. Let me see what Bookmap. Spread this Bookmap out a little bit. So we might get the movement right here at the 83s. But let's see here. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Whoa. Whoa. Well, they really pumped that one in. There's no way I could get a confirmation there. They came in strong. Okay. So yeah, I didn't have a chance for any type of footprint confirmation there in that one. And they still could tap, well, they pretty much balance this out, but they could still tap into this 69.88 area. Morning, Key. Morning, Steve. Yeah, it's definitely a high level of interest area right here. Now, like I said, they could tap right into these 88s. A lot of contracts sitting there, even right up until our stop here. That was a pretty good footprint confirmation right there too. Right there. 120 positive delta red footprint. And there's just a lot of volume sitting above it. A lot of volume sitting above it. Yeah, I've already put on in Discord and my members. I think I went on at about 7 a.m. I said there is going to be a lot of volatility here this morning. Obviously, we had some big news at 7:30, about 100-point swing to the upside, and then 120-point swing to the downside on the NQ. And then we obviously have Supreme Court tariff news that's coming out at 9 a.m. So any headlines that come out of that could be pretty nuts. Let's go. Just take out your TP2 already. All right, TP1, TP2. Wish I would have been able to get into with that footprint confirmation there. That would have been a dicey one too for a resting limit order. There's a lot of pressure both ways there. Let's get rid of this guy. All right, let's take a look at this NQ. All right, decent little setup here on the NQ at the 25,684 and a quarter. Targeting the 693.25 and the 701 and a quarter with a stop at the 25,672.50. Again, long at the 25,684.25. TP1 at the 25,693 and a quarter, and TP2 at the 25,701 and a quarter. Stop at the 25,672. Obviously, once we get close to 9 a.m. here, probably going to have to take this one off, but we'll see. Might even be more prudent to just not take any trades here until we're done with news. We see we got. Oh, all right. I'm out of this one. That just seems very, very, very wicky right there. You could just tell that the market right now is in a very. Let's see if I can. I doubt we'll be able to even get anything on the footprint confirmation here, but we'll see. There's a tap. See, nice non-trade there. You could just tell that how wicky this market is going right now. All right, I might stay on my hands here until we get some news playing out. We'll keep mapping them out, but like they just left a very nice unbalanced area right here. But again, let's see what's going on here. Yeah, not super high probability here either. I'm just going to map this out as an area where I can see some reaction off this level, but I'm not looking to take a trade right now. I'll be right back. The 684 already triggering hit right at the market open. Yes, it did. We had a few hit this morning at 7:30. One at 7:35. Be right back. Just a reminder, we do have news coming out in about 7 minutes. More than likely, we will see a reaction here. But just not high probability for me. Morning, Nate. Coach Cleats, good morning. Ty, good morning. Let's see what happens here. All right, there's a tap. That would have been a good one. That's 10 points already. 12 points. $20 points. Good reaction area. Anything going on in gold? Well, we got a lot of moves on gold. If we can get to if we can come to the downside, we've got a bunch of different setups here that that we can grab. Again, on this trade here on the gold at the 4474.3, there's two entries here possible, the 4471 and the 4474. Here you probably want to wait for either a candle confirmation or a footprint confirmation if you have that available to you. Or obviously see what see on my footprint chart what you get. And what we're looking for is I'm on an 8 range footprint chart on gold. So what we would be looking for would be a footprint candle to tap into our entry, and then to get a green footprint candle with negative delta. And that's my confirmation candle there. ES is just in the range abyss right now. Don't see any clear setup on the ES. And this was the only setup that I saw on the NQ as of right now. So we'll just kind of let news develop here. And let me see if I can open up my X account and see if I can see any headlines that come out. Be right back. So, Mike, I was just reading your comments on the chat. If you don't mind me sharing. So Michael crossed into the payout zone for 2 of his Apex funded accounts. Gonna keep going so I can take more than the minimum payout. Good job, man. Good job. The bigger accomplishment for me is I have 4 other evals that I nearly blew revenge trading last month. I had less than $100 of drawdown left. With discipline and small position size, I increased that drawdown distance to over 600 on each account, slowly calling my way back. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. Well, if I would have caught the first 2, that would have been amazing this morning, but let's get rid of this guy. This guy did its job twice. All right, chat, let me know if you guys are in the red or in the green today. Should hopefully be a green day. Green, green, green. Nice. Nice. Oh, we got to try keeping it green. All right, so if gold can break out here and break out of this 4507.9 area, then we'll be taking a look at a setup down here. Got a nice 5-minute level there. Hey, Must, that's flat is a position, typically a good one. Well, not necessarily just flat, but being at 0. 0 doesn't mean loser in trading. As you can see, I'm probably a little over-disciplined, but there's definitely some setups there that I could take. I kind of always just go back into my memory banks on, you know, right at the open, right before headline news. And yeah, I do see a good amount of them winning, but at the same time, I remember a lot of the ones that don't win. And terrible fills sometimes, big slippage on those events. I'd rather trade when the market is pretty normal and it's moving on my volume. All right, so there we just got the breakout there. Not a breakout. I hate saying that word. It's not what I'm looking for. Just at least a break of structure there. Not super clean. Yeah, not super clean at all. This would almost be my area to target. I'd say B trade here. Kind of a B-looking setup here. You might get a reaction here right in between these TPs, which is a pretty high probability. If not, then we should see some type of reaction here at the 44.92s. 905. So let's see what happens here. All right, ES kind of left its biscuits over here. Let's see. Finally pulled out of that area. This is kind of newsy. Yeah. And this looks very sweepy too. Not mapping that out. Don't like that. And Q made a nice little push here. Small trade, but definitely possible here. All right, small little trade here at the 25,697 and a quarter, targeting the 25,690.50 and the 685.75 with a stop at the 706.50. It's about 9 points of stop there. Let's see, 25,697.25. Let's see. Looks like the 95s are stacked up pretty good. All right, let's see what happens here. Good job, Nordic. Keith, good job. I'm gonna see if I can offset my numbers here a little bit, because I know that when I'm in a trade or when I put a limit order in, the closeout button is kind of blocking that last digit there. But it's the 697.25. I think I just do an offset here, and that should fix that. That seems very wiki right now too. Damn. That blew through that one pretty quickly. Really quickly. Wow. I tried. I definitely tried. All right, so let's update that. Now let me just take a look here on my footprint. Let's see what we can... If there's anything here out of this shaded area that might come out of that. That was very strange. All right, I like that one. Let's see if we can move the stop right here. Did get a footprint confirmation there, so let's see if we can knock out my target here. Nice. Okay. So got back there on that same trade. Got a great footprint confirmation there. So let's mark this guy off here. Let's go back into here, P&L. Let's get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of this. Uh-oh. Oh, that scared me. Why is the chart all the way over there? take a look at gold. Nothing yet. All right, ES, what do you want to do? Oh, ES is actually in an area right now of unbalanced volume. Let's see. Oh, well, this is what I see right here on the ES, but this could be very sweepy town. This area right here could be very sweepy. I don't know what happened to my laptop, but my laptop lost power. Strange. All right, let's take a look here on the ES. Good footprint confirmation right off of the tap. I mean, right there. Dicking around with my laptop, and right there is a great footprint confirmation there. Oh, you little bastard. Dang it. That was a nice one right there. Did look a little sweepy to me, so I would have probably not been able, not have taken this trade, but the areas are there as far as what's moving and shaking. Let's go back to the NQ. So Keith, if you look in the chat, at the top of the chat, there's a link there. If you just click on that link, that'll take you to the portal. All right, Supreme Court not issuing decision today. Thanks, Michael, for that update. You know, and I say I wouldn't have taken this trade, but to be honest with you, if I was focusing in on the charts and my laptop didn't fucking crap out of me right there, that footprint confirmation for me would have been enough to get into that trade. At least target 3 points, which I'm not sure what this gave here, but 7 points, yeah. I'm telling you, those footprint confirmations, man, they spot the edges really well. Really, really well. I'll be right back. All right, let's see if there's well, the ES retaps right into that same area. It seems to be defended pretty well. Let me load up my book map again because I don't know what the hell happened. So now you can see that's part of the strength is kind of gone. We did get a red footprint, but no, still negative delta. So you can see that this is definitely not a confirmation candle. This is the opposite of a confirmation candle. This key, this on YouTube. If you look at the top of the chat, there's a link that I shared for the signal service, and that will get you into the portal. Or Key, just send me an email. It's the easiest way, and I can get you figured out. I did have this area up here, which sits at the 69.95. But don't like the volume profile here at all. We still could see a good reaction here. I'm just going to mark this up. And I'll wait for a footprint confirmation here. Let me see what's going on up here. Yeah, decent amount of volume. The only issue is the 7,000 right up here. Again, big liquidity area, psychological number. So I'd want to see this reaction to be pretty quick here at the 69.95. Yeah, Keith, send me an email and I'll get you figured out. Don't like the 7,000s right here. Really don't. This move would have to come very quick. Don't like the volume profile here either. We'll see. Let me see what kind of footprint I see here. Yeah, I kind of tapped into small area. 97s are coming in a little bit. That was about a point off right there. A lot of positive delta here. I ate up through that one. That was a decent confirmation there. Let's see if we can get a push here. I'm just afraid of them coming after that 7,000. It's a big possibility here. But I did get the confirmation, though. Yeah, it's strong. Buyers are really, really strong. That was my fear of them coming after it. I should have just listened to myself. Let's put both of these together. I don't want to risk any other more capital than that. So your best defense here would be a little bit higher than the 7,000s. I just don't want to risk that kind of capital right now. I know I might regret it, but we'll see. That's what they're logically going to come after. And right now, what's left on balance is the 94.25, which is pretty much my entry. That's the bad thing here. And you know what? I'm going to listen to myself. I'm going to take my TP right back down to my entry. I might regret it, but I don't want to risk that anymore. Might not even get it here. We'll see. It's going to want to tap in. I'm going to close out right here. I'm out. I know I might regret that, but... Oh, you dirty bastard. 2 seconds there. All I needed was 2 more seconds of confidence. That's a dirty one. That's a dirty one. Oh, man. Well. We got damn close there, though. That was tricky. All right. I think this was more luck than anything. I mean, I had defense, but my defense was sitting right around here, the 97s, which it swept. So this was pure luck that my stop did not get taken out at the 98s. Now, it was very unlucky that I closed 5 seconds before the move, but I'm okay with that. All right, let's map this. Let's get rid of this guy. We don't need him. All right, now we got the IB play. Let's see. It might be playing out. I think it might have already played out there. Let's see. IB range indicator. Can't really tell if this played out already or not. Let's see. Well, Faust, on that one, my delay would have been fantastic for the lag on YouTube. I got no lag on my portal. I mean, it's almost instant. But on YouTube, that could have saved you. That could have taken you to TP1 at least. I got out of that trade seconds before, maybe 4 seconds before that big move, which would have taken me to break even at least. Yeah, this is a little tight here. I mean, this pretty much the IB high was right on the candle close. See if I see any indication here of I doubt it. Probably gonna have to sweep this high right here to see any type of divergence, or I shouldn't say divergence, for a confirmation. Still nothing. $880s. I could see them now flipping. Let's see. There's a really small footprint there. Still got my finger on the trigger here. Looks like the buyers are defending the IB pretty good. So in this scenario, okay, that was a nice little footprint. Let's see here what we get. They are defending that IB pretty good. Let's see if they give it up. So here, what I would be looking for is a cross of the IB, a retap with a footprint confirmation. I'm not just taking this right here because you can tell that this is a very strong conviction zone for the NQ right now. Okay, that was a decent one there. I want to see them break through this IB low, though. And then retest with a footprint confirmation. Which doesn't look like it's going to happen right now. Let's see. Stay patient here. That was another good one. All right. I think I'm willing to take that one now. Let's see what happens here. I don't know, maybe a little too early on this one. I mean, they could definitely close out the 845 area. Move it to 845 right here. I think is a great spot for them to target. Let's go. Take it. Take it. There you go. Nice. Nice. All right, that took some patience there, but hopefully you guys saw the multiple footprint confirmations there. And I was just waiting for them to show me some strength to the downside there. Nice. So Michael said the market was waiting on me just to close out before it made its move on the ES one. It's true. It's true. All right, so that ES, well, it only went for TP1, but and then I guess I'm going to mark myself as a loss on the ES. I know if you took that trade how I had it mapped out, you would have gotten TP1 and then some, but I took a small loss on there, about 2 or 3 points. So I'll mark it down as a loss for today. But the setup was, I mean, it was very, very iffy. This is not one of my trademark setups here with that kind of a drawdown, but all right, I'm going to go refill my coffee and I'll be right back, guys. All right, let's see what's going on here. And Q's got a spot right here of unbalanced volume. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, I like that one. Shit. Oh man, this one's coming quick. This one is coming quick. Shit. Oh, and I'm on the ES here. Okay, well, damn it. Oh, that came really fast. Really fast. Oh, you sucker. Well, apologies on that one. That one came very quick. Coffee costed me 10 points there. 12 points. Easy. Son of a biscuit. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Sorry about that one, guys. Did have a little hang up right here. Low probability. Yeah, I don't like it. Might see a small reaction here. But you can also see a yeah. I don't like that one. I don't like it. We'll just see what happens there. I got a question. How's the signals doing so far this year? So the beginning of January was a little bit on the rough side. We had a bunch of 2 ticks, a point from entry, taking out TP1, TP2. So a lot of invalidation signals. I had a few that, ticked me out on my stop for about a tick or two or a point and then go straight to TP1 and TP2. Let me just see what happens here really quick. No footprint confirmation there. Nope, I don't like it. But I would say I think we've had 6 signals in a row now. All hit TP1, TP2. So I've been stating for about a week or two that the market has, in my opinion, on how I see it with volume, has started to really normalize. And if you guys look at my footprint candle, I said I didn't like that trade there, but you can see what a nice footprint confirmation here. Again, if I would have had a little bit more balls here, that would have been a nice trade there for probably about a good 10 points, maybe now more. Yeah, more. It is what it is, though. Can't, well, at least somebody took 8 points. Nice. Thanks, Nordic. Thanks for the kind words. I appreciate that. Morgan, when you say was no confirmation for which trade were you talking about? The IB? The IB short actually gave you a ridiculous amount of footprint confirmations. What I was looking for was a footprint confirmation underneath the IB there, which I got. And I did state that maybe I got in just a little bit early, but I felt pretty good with the amount of footprint confirmations that I was getting, that the market looked like it was poised to drop pretty strongly. And obviously, you could see on the chart what happened after that. No, the NQ long we missed. Which one was that? I took that IB trade. Good job. I'm not sure which NQ long we were talking about. Did I take it? All right, let's scope out the ES here. I get rid of this guy. All right, so ES does have a nice little pocket here of unbalanced volume. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like this one a lot. I don't really like TP1 so much, but they got to be so difficult. All right, let's see here. A nice little setup here on the ES. 69.66. Yeah, we got the point of control right at our stop. That's never a good sign. It's never a good sign. Son of a gun. God, this looks so good. $66. What's going on in 66? Looks like it's defended really well. I don't like the stop here. I almost feel like the stop needs to be right here ish for maximum defense. But then again, I don't really necessarily want to be in that much drawdown either on my trades. What to do? You know what? Let me go down to even the lower time frame. Let me see if I can. All right, let's button this guy up. We're going to do something a little nutty here. All right. We're going to reduce risk here dramatically. This is going to be a tap and go. And shit. And we've got this TP It's 2.25 points. I know it's not a lot on the, but now we've reduced our risk pretty significantly. And this guy can go almost all the way up to here. All right. This is going to be one of those tap and goes here. I got to see a tap, and I'm willing to risk 3 points. Not even 3 points. Two 10 ticks is what the risk is going to be here on this. If I don't get it here, I'm telling you, this trade's going to probably work out. Stop, in my opinion. The absolute greatest defense is going to be down here. Stop loss at the 69.60. This is going to be your primal stop loss area. Maybe just a tad right there, 69.60.50. But what I'm looking for is going to be a very quick reaction here at the 69.66. It's tricky. It's tricky. This one's a tricky one. Well, fuck, do I have a lot of damn lines here? You know, my point of control is for my higher base chart. So this is not the daily point of control. This is not a daily volume profile. This is 45-day. Which can tell you the magnetism of this area right here. And we're only like 4 points above it. So it's kind of risky. I would say B- setup. B-ish. Right on here so we don't not a setup. Tap and go is what I'm looking for there. NQ, let's take a look at the NQ. Let's get rid of these IB high lines. Let's get our chart a little clean. Okay, so they left a pretty strong unbalanced area right here. That was from the IB play. Not interested. Small pocket right here. That could be in play. Let's see how this looks. Oh. Negative. Yeah, that was a nice one right there. Dang it. Dangarootsky. You got it, Nordic. I took that IB thing, 66 area when you got back from coffee. I did not see that news on NinjaTrader providing order flow free now with NinjaTrader Prop. I didn't know that. Yeah, so Faust, the concern here, the concern of mine here is the magnetism to this high volume area right here. I'm hoping that I'm high enough where market could want to close out this, especially this bigger auction up here at the 69.72. If we can close that one out, you know, then these should come very quick, which is why I'm calling this a tap and go. And I mean, 10 ticks of ES is very, very little. All right, guys, I hope those of you on YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. Some really nice setups. Just like I've been saying this whole entire week and last week, just seeing the market really, really nicely, which I'm very happy for. If you haven't, please like the stream. I super appreciate it. That's the only thing I ask for. And hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. For those of you in the signal service, I'll be on for about another 45 minutes here. And have a great weekend. Stay patient out there. And I'll see you guys Monday morning, 8:30, right at the market open. Take care, everyone.